Welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Riesa Pascal along with Mitch English, and we have some news for you. Winter is coming! No, it's not another Game of Thrones show on HBO. I'm talking about crypto winter.
Yeah, there's a lot of questions about it. And here to talk about the world of cryptocurrency is Web3 guru Anessa Santos of IntelliLaw. And many questions. You know, a lot of people, when we don't understand something, we're scared of it. Okay, I mean, if you don't get something, you freak out. A lot of people are scared of, and then you hear cryptocurrency. You know, it sounds just like this monotonous, this mean thing, but it's actually the future. And you're going to kind of lay it out for us, right? What exactly is the crypto winter we're about to head into?
Yeah. Well, the crypto winter is referring to the momentary crash of cryptocurrency values, not just here in the U.S., but worldwide. And so that's why they're calling it the crypto winter. It's the markets are really struggling right now.
Okay, but it's interesting because in spite of this, you say banks are still investing?
They are.
So what does that actually mean for the average consumer? I feel like that's a little oxymoron, isn't it?
It is. It is a complete and total oxymoron. So no, you're not crazy. The situation is that here in the United States in particular, in comparison or in contrast to the rest of the world, we have a lack of regulatory certainty. Now, this doesn't mean that we lack regulations, just the opposite. Crypto is ironically over-regulated by several federal agencies, as well as individual state agencies. So it is regulated, it is entirely legal, but the challenge is which regulator controls?
It sounds like kind of like the Wild West. I think of it like the land rush out in Oklahoma, where, you know, everybody was just going out there and whoever can get to it first. Is that the case? Is that just in popularity?
A little bit, right? But the Securities and Exchange Commission in particular, they've definitely taken the lead and they want to maintain the lead. And this was more recently even stated by Gary Gensler, who is the chairman of the SEC. Just within the past couple of weeks, he came out and made another public statement that in his estimation, the overwhelming majority of the some 10,000 odd cryptocurrencies that are circulating around the world right now are securities, according to his analysis.
Right now, Anessa, you know, a lot of people, they say they're going to cryptocurrency because they don't trust the feds. You know, and right? Am I right on that? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
But then now the feds are saying, hey, you know, they're the ones that kind of taken over. Now, it seems like that would kind of only firm their cause of wanting to go to cryptocurrency in the future.
Absolutely.
Yeah?
No,
That is the case?
Yeah, that is the case. And so it's really interesting, right? Because when you see some of the more recent enforcement actions that are coming out by the SEC against cryptocurrency projects, companies, developers, investors, you know, what have you, the reasoning in these enforcement actions that the SEC is coming out with is really interesting because they're almost describing commodities. They're describing characteristics of commodities and they're trying to convert that into a security regulation. It's this challenge right here which is causing the volatility in the markets. And this is unique again to the United States and not to a number of other jurisdictions worldwide, not the least of which is the United Kingdom.
And they just went through their whole banking and money as far as the euro changing up. So it's very volatile right now, would you say?
Right now, the cryptocurrency markets are pretty volatile, but what's important to know is that they are here to stay.
That is important.
Yeah.
And as we were talking before, and you've been in this world for 6 years, I know you say there's several things that are very important for everyone to know. What are those things?
Right. So 3 quick tips for people to know right now that I think are overarchingly important. The first one is I want to make sure that every single individual person who's involved in these markets or investing, I want them to know that please, please, please do not ever, if you are in this country, sell cryptocurrency to another person, not a business, a person for a fee or a profit. This is an activity that the United States government and many of our state governments regulate heavily. If you do this without the proper license and you're caught, it's a felony, period.
Holy cow.
I had no idea.
People are in prison for this right now, just without having the right license.
All right, and it seems like that'd be lucrative because people are like, hey, we can make this deal between
just like a little bit for your trouble. No, not here, right? The second thing that I want people to know is I want them to have excellent record keeping of every single transaction that they do for cryptocurrency, even if it's one crypto for another crypto. I want them to keep perfect transactions because the IRS is all up in your transaction history like a colonoscopy.
Right.
So this is critical, right? And people are like, oh, but you know, I thought the blockchain and everything that you do is anonymous. It's not. It's pseudo-anonymous. So once they catch your identity, either entering onto an exchange or a blockchain or exiting it, then they can track you up-chain, down-chain, cross-chain, and everything you're doing, and the IRS is going to come after you, and they are.
And the IRS is already beefing up more and more people, too.
Oh, yes, absolutely,
Your
right?
third tip.
And the third tip that I want people to remember is I want them to do their due diligence on the crypto project before they get involved. I want them to check the company. I want them to check the founders. I want them to check the developers. I don't want anybody investing in anything that the project is not already seeable, touchable, feelable, usable. Don't be doing none of this like pre-launch investment nonsense. And lastly, about this, do not ever invest in any project that you've learned about on a Telegram channel.
Okay, really, like meaning, so do your due diligence is what you're saying, is like making sure that you know what you're doing.
Telegram does not count. Do not be doing that ever.
All right, and it's important, this thing, and you mentioned that this is here to stay. Are we going to start seeing Joe Consumer really, and how far are we from actually Joe Consumer actually dealing with cryptocurrency?
Already there.
Already there, you think so?
Already there, absolutely.
What would you say
so many
a percentage of people, like 1 out of every so-and-so people, are doing crypto?
Oh gosh, you know, I actually haven't looked at that statistic, and
it's growing though, for sure. It's growing.
Yeah, people are flooding into the markets, especially for hedge against inflation.
And that's what we can tend. There's more cryptocurrency questions than there is cryptocurrency that we have. You laid it out so easily. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
now, if you want more information, of course, you want to find out about cryptocurrency and how to navigate through the ocean of the Web3, of course, you can go to our website, DailyFlashShow.com. And thank you so much for joining us, informing us. Please, thank you so much.
Thank you.